Yeah. Cadence through the ceiling, it's the vibe you give and running through my heart. Music drives my feelings, sending electricity right through my heart. It's today, hey.
Hey everybody, what's going down? It's your girl J Renee. You know I always got something to say, and today, oh my gosh, this is somebody who I've interviewed back in my radio days. That was quite a long time ago. But he has been making moves. He's not only an entertainer, he's a philanthropist, and he does exceptionally well within the community. Y'all give it up for the one, the only Buddie Roe!
Woo, 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 woo. What's going down, J Renee?
Dude, what have you been up to? Because you just been booked and busy being booked and everything. Tell me what has been going on in the life of Buddie Roe.
Man, raising these babies, trying to show them something different, show them life outside the matrix.
Talk to me about your partnership with Reading with a Rapper because I remember, before the partnership and then as the partnership was taking place, and now you all have really taken education to a totally different level.
Right, yeah. The partnership with Eddie and T, reading with a rapper, it was really easy. It was kind of like perfect synergy. It's going way back to the beginning. They were building their program, and I was coming off the H-Town rap battle win with a whole lot of just synergy behind my name. And the founder is from Mo City, Jaron Small. And he saw me at the rap battle, and he called me to go to their first installment at the Microsoft store, and I went, and it's kind of just been a trickle, here and there, just like popping in and making the differences that we make. And it wasn't until 2022 when they came and was like, hey, let's actually make this a thing. Let's do a partnership. Let's make a project that we could do a curriculum around. And so that's when we locked in. We did Lost and Found. I knocked that out in like 2 sessions. And yeah, we just been cooking ever since, and pushing the limits of what education consists of.
Now we also got a special guest in the building, Sly Drexler.
What's going
Yeah,
on? What's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on?
Now y'all got to tell me, how did y'all link up? How did y'all link up?
Honestly, it was honestly through just mutual people, but we've heard of each other just in passing, doing music, really. And we've been talking about doing music for shit. It's been a couple years now, honestly.
Big
And
time.
then I would just send him stuff back and forth. But as far as meeting, just hearing about each other, honestly.
Now talk to me how, Sly, you're a producer, correct?
Hmm.
And I know
Hmm.
Buddie Roe, he's been doing everything,
Right.
right, since the beginning of
100%.
time.
Hmm.
How did you all come to a consensus like, okay, we are going to develop and also perfect your sound? Because I ain't gonna lie, Buddie Roe, he could fit into whatever category you put him in.
Right. 100%. 100%. Um, honestly, it was just me just thinking about what he's already done because a lot of the times he would release stuff, I would always be there and get a whole gist of it because I wouldn't necessarily. I had my own stuff going on, but a lot of times when I would tap back into his stuff, it was so cohesive, and I was like, all right. And the last time I saw him was at the Trill Static stuff. So we were there together, and I was already abreast of what he did after going to his release events and listening to his stuff, gradually as time went on. So after we finally linked, it was just like, man, we need to do something. We need to do something. We've been talking about it for too long. So that's just kind of exactly how it was. After that, we finally locked in a date and we just got it going.
Talk to me about y'all's recent work that you all have done and how that has been able to really surpass any Houston sound. Because Houston, you already know it's a gumbo pot,
Hmm.
but you all have managed to get outside the box while staying true to the culture itself.
Right. Um, just I guess our influences, more so than anything. Um, it would be so because a lot of the stuff I've grown up on is East Coast sounding, but my favorite production style is more West Coast. But we're from out here, so at the same time we're blending all that. And me listening to Buddy, he's always had the technicality of like a of an East Coast rapper, technically. You know what I mean? But
Like a little Talib Kweli. Ah, you see I did that? You see like Talib? Ah, I brought it back. I brought it back.
yeah,
I brought it back.
but at the same time, we're down here, so he's got that aspect to where a lot of stuff's got to hit. It's got to make sure because we ride to a lot of our music, so that's where he has that perfect blend. So that's what we were talking about. Even getting it going, we were just like, all right, we already know how we want our shit to kind of jam, but we're just blending the styles. That's really all this shit is for real. It's just blending the styles and trying to make it most authentic as possible. Because we're not faking nothing. We're just trying to make good music at the end of the day.
Facts. And not really like putting parameters on it. It's like
Mm-hmm.
we all are like individually we all are gumbo pots, of what we listen to, and it's just cohesive when you sit when me and Sly sit and talk about music, we
Mm-hmm.
we really be in alignment with a lot of stuff because like he is like his favorite producers are from the West Coast, and it's like that's kind of like the same with me. Like Dr. Dre, one of my favorite, producers, and it's something about the cohesive sound of the West Coast, the way they use synthesizers and all of
Yep.
that, like use the funk element and all of that. But
Yep.
we also are very strongly influenced by the East Coast too, and the essence. Like last night, I had my son listening to CL Smooth and P Rock.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they reminisce over you just
Mm-hmm.
really understanding the essence of hip hop. Like I really love the essence, the jazz, the reggae, the political movement, all the way to from Africa Bambaataa and to Kumo D and to
Yeah, to the
um
foundation of it.
yeah, exactly, Public Enemy. I love that. That's
Yeah, 100%.
really where my heart is. So, and then we from the South, we from the side. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's some things that you just can't run away from.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
And it's just honestly like the lyric, and I think like I know for a fact I told you this a long time ago, like when we first interviewed you back when I was on radio. You have this lyricism, buddy. Like it's really you can't compare it to anybody, to be honest, because you're
Mm-hmm.
such a storyteller. But at the same time, you stack your words to the point where you just got to be like, damn.
Mm-hmm. I compared his shit to boxing. That's why I say he coming with a knockout blow every time. Every time he coming with a knockout blow. He's setting you up for one. He's setting you
that's
up for
love.
one.
But I
That's
want
love.
you.
That's
Mm-hmm.
self praise.
Because
I,
remember we was talking about that in the studio. I'm like, buddy, you like a boxer, bro.
For sure.
Yeah,
Hopefully it's Terrence Crawford.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want you all to answer this question. What was your journey to get to this point? So, Sly, you as a producer, and but of course, you as an artist, as a developing artist that's now like you can say, "Hey, I've had some years in this game. I understand it," but to those that may not know, you know what I mean? Can y'all
Mm-hmm.
explain that in that perspective?
Yeah. I think for me, Grand Prix is just me, like how you said, having years in the game and understanding myself more. I think early on, like even when I was coming to see y'all up at the station, I was just young and hungry, knowing that I had talent. That was it. I didn't know what I really wanted besides notoriety for my skill
Right.
and what I did. I just wanted my art to be acknowledged. And I feel like, I went through years of chasing after different things, thinking that those were the things I wanted. So like chasing after what they tell you you should want as an artist. You should want a record deal. You should want to be famous. You should want to be in the room with the who's, and it's like, as with you following my story, you see, like, I've been in rooms with who's and all that, and it's like I I kind of somewhat grew up in it a little bit, because I jumped off the porch at like 18 and immediately start getting active and being in certain rooms. So like growing up in it and maturing, I feel like I start understanding what I wanted. And what I wanted is not something that it's not something that's like a destination type thing. It's something that's more so like the journey aspect. Like this is an ongoing thing. This is
Yeah.
something that like I love the journey of it, the meeting people, the building relationships with, producers like Sly, with press like you, with people that are genuine that actually want to entertain what Buddie has going on. And so like Grand Prix, it's like when I found out it meant Grand Prize, it was like, oh, it's not about a specific prize. It's not about like a watch. It's not about like, a chain or, a specific event where you sell out 50,000 in a stadium and all that, like, which I've done. But that's
Hello.
just a little just a little just a little.
Tell him, buddy. Tell him now. Pop your stuff, buddy.
You got to.
Pop it.
But in all honesty, like the real genuine relationships with the people that support your music and that supports you as a person for who you are and what you produce, that's the real grand prize. And that's kind of where I am and what brought me to making this project.
Bro, that's deep. I ain't gonna lie, that's deep. Slide. I mean, go ahead, follow up with that. With you.
I mean, it's kind of hard to, but I mean, within the same thing, I've been doing it for a good minute, so it's just a lot of times it really is, I guess, a symbolic project too, because with everything he said, I mean, I've gone through it to where I was just like, man, fuck this shit too. You know what I mean? Just going through it because being producer, sometimes it's hard to just try to find somebody that's gonna really understand your vision or try to translate it to a person that's gonna actually try to actually want to understand it. You know what I'm saying? So, um, this process was easy. I mean, if we talking about it now, shit, we made this project in one day. So that's why it was like,
I'm sorry. What you
yeah,
said?
we made this project in one day. One day, we just booked the session, and then we already we had maybe one song that he wrote to, but everything else we did on the spot.
Oh wait, so you telling me this project is one freestyle, two created in a day, like 24
In
hours?
a day, yeah, like maybe like 4 hours.
Hold up, bro.
I promise. I promise.
Because you went from a whole day, you 4 hours,
Like
like 1, 2, 3, 4. You know how them kids do,
like
like
we
six,
we we
seven,
booked
like
the morning session. We booked the
uh-huh.
morning session, and I played a beat. He wrote to that motherfucker. Boom, knocked it out. Played another one, wrote to that motherfucker, knocked it out. He said, "Hey, you sent me one. I already wrote to it." He knocked that out. Session was almost over. I said, "Let's knock one more out." Boom, he knocked that out, and that was the project. I promise to God. In 4 hours, it was like an hour a song. I promise.
Where's the Guinness Book of World Records? Because what?
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. The chemistry was already there. We've been talking about it for a good minute, so it was just meant to happen.
And
You know
then
what I mean?
Buddy's sitting there like it's an everyday thing for
There's
artists to
definitely
do
not an
that.
everything thing. It's
Just like,
definitely
oh
not.
well, I was
It's
just chilling. I
definitely
just
not.
woke up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, I think it's when you meant to do something, it just happened. It's like I don't go in sessions thinking like, oh, I'm finna knock this out. Then like, it just kind of happens.
mm-hmm.
Because like he said, the chemistry was there. Even just from the fact of like big shout out to Mad Villain, big shout
Mm-hmm.
out to Pirelli, big shout out to Trust. You know,
Trust. Yep, all them boys.
Yeah, it was just a vibe. They opened up the space for us to go record, and everybody was kind of just invested and intrigued to see what we was gonna do. So we was just really in there having fun, and we through conversation, the project just came about. I kind of just feel like the project
Mm-hmm.
is just a musical version of the conversations we were having in
Having
there.
that at the time. Yeah. Yeah. That's the best way to put it, honestly.
Like, do you know this puts you in a totally different category? Again, like I'm that's some iconic shit. Excuse my language. That's
Mm-hmm.
some iconic ass shit. What the like? I don't even think the heavy hitters can't even do that one. And
Man,
then
Yeah.
here you go. You didn't Sammy Sosa, the
Yeah.
whole thing,
Yeah. It was
and you just
literally.
knocked it out the park like that in 4 hours.
Yeah. 4 songs, 4 hours. We were done.
And then Slide just like, yeah, it was just 4 hours, I just
It's
sent
no,
them the beat.
no, I was
Like what?
surprised. I kept telling him, I was like, bro, we knocked it out like that fast. I was surprised. Cause me, it was early morning. I'm still burning. I'm drinking in the morning. I'm doing everything. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Mind you, and during the session, so like it probably would have been a little bit faster if I learned Pro Tools again. But remember, buddy, I was having to ask Madvillain to come in, and I was like, bro, how you do this shit again?
yeah,
Blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. So having problems tracking the records, but as far as getting the music done, we were one, two, three.
But that was even fun too, though. You know what I'm saying? It was
It
fun. It
was.
was it was funny. Like it just to me, that's why I say it's really about the real genuine relationships, because
Yeah.
it's like, we able to just chill, laugh, and like have serious conversations, have a project that is talking about a concept that definitely is broader than just music, because stuff like
Right.
staying the course and life being the grand prize, that doesn't stop at music. That goes
Mhm.
into life, no matter what your purpose is. Every day you get a chance to wake up,
Mhm.
you get the grand prize. But we in there chilling, laughing at Sly, figuring out Pro Tools again. UGB in the walk in the building. They chilling, is good vibes. Stocks walk in the building is good vibes. Like, I just think that's what we create, what we're building amongst each other. It's a lot of people that really rock with each other, and it don't even gotta be just like super duper out loud. Everybody ain't in pitches with each other and all that, but it's just a vibe, and everybody just like treating it like we kids again. Like, man, let's just
Mhm.
pull up, let's have fun. We're gonna get the business together for sure. Whatever one person don't know about the business, the other one gonna sharpen them up, because we in a different era now. We ain't getting our information from the higher ups that's out to exploit us. We talking side by side and really divergent information to one another, so we can sharpen each other and just be better.
100%.
Talk to me about and you is I love how y'all dynamic is iron sharpening iron, and I want to dive into you all really creating a project as well as an image for the younger generation. It's like, dude, you can be yourself in this industry. You don't have to be no little YN out here. You don't have to try to portray a totally different
Yeah.
person than who you are.
Yeah.
I I
I
think
agree. Go ahead, buddy.
for me, it's just understanding. And I think I learned a lot, like from the partnership with Reading with a Rapper. With this, is like, can't reach everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as much as you can, we go and talk to the youth, and be this image where we're literally showing you, bro. You could get the same accolades. You can perform in front of sold out crowds. You can make money. You could be on movies. You could be on TV. You could be on all of these different things. We showing you that you could do it in a positive manner, and we're not the only ones. We showing you could do it independently as well. You
Right.
know, shout out to the independent legends that came before us. Um, but you know, everybody not gonna get it, and the only thing that we can do is continue to shine our light for the people that will get it, and just have the faith that they will get it. So, you know, hopefully that answers the question. It's really just about living our purpose out loud, walking the avenue that's aligned, and
Mm-hmm.
staying the course. But because we don't know who life we gonna change. We don't know who needs what we don't know who need what we're giving. We just know we needed something like this at a certain point in time.
Mm-hmm. It's just like offering what we think other people would need or what we would like at the end of the day or what we think is missing. So, um, with drawing it back to the YN culture, it's just like it's almost like the anti, but it's like it's not at the same time because I can't sit here and say that I wasn't one of them little YNs running around doing some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so just being like burning me. I burn. So if they burning or something, I pull them by the coat and be like, bro, you tripping? It's one of those. You know what I'm saying? To where it's just like you got somebody that's right there telling you both sides of the coin because most of the time they telling you only one side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's really what that is. But um, yeah, it's just offering that and doing hip hop was an intelligent movement, so we still trying to keep it that, but still keep all aspects of it at the same time. You know what I mean? Because it's still it's it's gonna be that you're gonna have it, but you just gotta kind of know how to include everybody into it without trying to shun them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Like we get it. Like, we get it,
Mm-hmm.
but and we're telling y'all like we don't stand for this. But also it's like, you know, you gotta give people, like Cole said, you gotta give a boy a chance to grow some, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, you want to give him a chance to grow without conforming. Like
Woo,
it's
that's
all right.
deep. That's deep right there. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah,
Explain on
you
that one right there,
yeah,
man.
you good. You look like you good. I see you YNing right now. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I lost homies that was YNing. I ain't gonna say
Mm-hmm.
I was ever YNing. I ain't gonna even lie to you, but that was my specific situation. I was raised, you know, by OGs that had already done a lot. So like everybody in my lineage was already like, you're not doing that.
Doing that right.
So
Mm-hmm.
like my path was different, but like my homeboys, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't lost homeboys that had that same energy. So I'm familiar with the energy and I know where it come from. So it's like I can't tell I can't tell nobody what to do. All I can do is offer a path that's different and show you that, look, bro, I showed you where I came from. I showed you like it's possible. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be you don't have to be this way. And you know, unfortunately, there are people that still decide to go down that route, but you know, we just continue to have hope that there will be more and more people that decide, you know what? I'm just gonna be what I'm supposed to be instead of what people told me I have to be because I'm
Mm-hmm.
from this environment.
And I love how that is exuded through, the music. Like that's one thing I can say. Like the message that you've always had, buddy, has been clear and throughout all of your songs because you really are. You a stand-up guy for real. Like a real true
Mm-hmm.
stand-up guy that we can tell your journey. We don't have to see it physically. We can listen to it and develop that illustration within our minds using your words
Right.
over your growth. And I think with this project, of course, Sly, he slayed. Well, I don't. Can I say you slayed the beat? Can I say that?
Go ahead.
Like,
I'm like, I said, I slayed. I don't know about that
okay, since your last name is Drexler, he dunked on the beat.
one. Okay, there we go. There we go.
He
That's
dunked on
cool.
the beat. He slide dunked on the beat, and it's. I'm not going to say it's rare, but it's becoming rare for this much forwardness in music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
I'm just like, man, like, what are you all's thoughts on that? Because like you did say that hip hop started out intellectual, and you all are really preserving that
Mm-hmm.
and expounding on it.
Yeah, I think it's just more so sticking to the roots of the original ways that it was supposed to be. And you can't really lose with that. It's kind of like having a good home cooked meal that's like just the OG shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't go wrong. It's like you have some smothered chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese. You know you know what you're getting.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody just fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? But like other than that, it's just like that's what it's supposed to be. Like it's it's this is some original OG hip hop. Just
Yeah.
contemporary hip hop that's supposed to be fitting in 2025. We're not trying to be necessarily the 90s at all.
Right.
But we want to keep that essence and still use updated sounds and still keep the message like we were saying, but yeah, just the essence of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just more so like I said, a home cooked meal. We not fucking up the recipe at the end of the day
We ain't reinventing the wheel,
at all.
but we definitely coming up with some new designs for
Hmm.
the rims.
Some new
You
seasonings
know
in that mug.
Hey,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So
Hmm.
like it was never anything wrong with the original essence of hip hop. It was always about the message. And that's the first generation, second gen it, in all honesty, let's talk about the forwardness. Politically correctness ruined a lot of
What's going
artistic
on? Hmm.
integrity
Yeah.
because everybody want to be right so they could continue to go to different platforms and elevate their name so they could get the bag. But it's like if you believe the bag gonna come, then it's like, if you believe in your stuff, then you believe that when you get it to the people gonna receive it, and the
Right.
people gonna support you, the people gonna uphold you, because your product is worth that, and not only the product of the music, but the product of you, because the music should represent you.
Hmm.
And I think it's like I said, not reinventing the wheel, because it's like they reminisce over you. I'm listening to it in 2025 because that was CL Smooth and Pete Rock's story. That was
Hmm.
their story. Their story, not necessarily Buddie Roe's story, but it's their story. I relate to it. I rock with it. I might not. I don't rap nothing like that. Now the rapping has evolved, but at the end of the day, that's only a style thing. The essence of it, telling a real story that could change somebody's life,
Mm.
make them feel related to and understood and all that. That's the baseline. We could do that in different ways, and that's the only challenge that we have as artists, in my opinion. How many ways can I relate to somebody, tell a story about how something happened in my life and impacted me, how can and relate it to somebody else in a different creative way where I'm challenging
Right.
myself as an artist.
Hmm.
I just, I want you all to give advice to we're not just focusing on the younger generation, but those that are listening. What are you all's advice to them?
Um, I say know your history first. Because if you know your history, you kind of know what your aim is and what direction you want to go. Because if you it doesn't matter even if you YN, know the history of the the past YNs and figure out that lane. You got to master your lane if that's what you're doing. But I say do that. I say and just focus really on just staying on the right track. Because I mean, it's easy to get distracted. And I'm telling you that firsthand. So it's like just knowing your history, that's the best way to do it. To to focus on where you're going and just staying on the right track. That kind of if you focus on those two things, you kind of shape a perspective on what you need to be doing. So I can't really tell anybody else what to do, but knowing who you are, knowing history of what you're trying to do and your own history, and just staying on the right track with whatever that is, that kind of keeps somebody that'll keep somebody's focus in a certain direction. That's the best I got right now.
Inspire that. I honestly feel like I will build off of that. Something like that, like find your North Star. I think
Hmm.
the best thing that I could have did was figure out what's the thing that I'm special at. What's the one thing that I'm special at that I could change the most lives with? Because it's no secret I come from playing basketball, and I was really good at basketball as well. And I was at a crossroad where I was like, do I want to walk on? Because in school I was like a mess up until like my junior senior year, um, where I was on the honor roll, but I still hadn't done enough to like keep up. So I ended up being like a dropout. So I was at like a crossroads where I was like, okay, do I want to do a walk on because I know I'm gonna make the team, or do I pursue music? And it's like I'm 5'11". I'm not the most athletic person. I could ball, I could shoot, all that. But it's like when I thought about like Derrick Rose, for instance, Derrick Rose literally affected millions with just how he played.
Yeah.
His biggest platform came from how he played basketball. And
Hmm.
for me, I had to look at and evaluate, okay, I might get some oohs and ahs in a crowd from hooping, but when I do this cipher, everybody's like,
Who want
who
to
is this
know?
dude? Like,
Right.
who is so I could grab that North Star and use that as like, you know, a guiding light to what I need to be doing in life. And
Mm-hmm.
at every point, at every roadblock, just learn from it. Because for me, music has made me a better person. I feel like the Most High really gave music to me to chisel me out into who he really wanted me to be, because it's made me so much more than just a better rapper. It's made me be a better father. It's made me be a better husband. It's made me be a better person, because it's like I want to continue to grow and impact people with this gift. And in order to do that, I have to be what I'm presenting. I can't just be
Right.
presenting something and I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? So I would say just grab that North Star and follow it. And whenever you get to whatever roadblock, learn from it. Don't have pride. Look in the mirror and understand you always gonna be a student, and the road is forever. Just
Hmm.
just grow at every turn.
And before this interview is over, I want you all to tell everyone where can we listen to the project, where can they purchase it, and also how can they contact you in case they want to, work with you or they just simply have some questions for y'all.
For sure. You can get the project. Look, get the project on iTunes. Get it on
There we
iTunes.
go.
We in the era where it's like, streaming, yeah, cool. If you want to stream it to check it out and see if you like it, go ahead, do your thing. I ain't hating on it. But if you like it and you want to continue to support over and over, and you want us to continue to keep making great music and keep making great projects, then please just support the artists, because we have been the most exploited historically. And I think it's time that the people that actually are benefiting from the music that is being produced, that we all come together and really uphold each other, because we're doing this work for the people.
Hmm.
So iTunes, buy it from iTunes. As far as me, you could reach out. You could tap in with my DM on social media, BuddieRoe 7100, BuddieRoe 7100 on all social media. All my contact information to be in there. Sign up for the email list if you want exclusives. And
Hello.
yeah, now I'm pass the mic to my brother.
Um, yeah, it's gonna be everywhere. Music is everywhere. But I second Buddy's statement. Please comment on iTunes because it comes straight to us. Hello, and then everything else is just I a lot of my music is just gonna be you would probably find playlists somewhere on Apple Music or something like that if you just want to hear what I've done in the past. But all my stuff is at Sly Drexler, so it's if it's showing on here, it's gonna be exactly like that. SLYDREXLER. So that's on all social platforms and under Spotify, all that. It's pretty much all one thing. So it's gonna be easy to find.
And I just want to thank y'all so much for the opportunity to interview y'all because, Buddy, you already know this is back when I had hair. Now the hair's cut, colored, and everything.
Yeah, no, I'm liking the red. That's fire. I'm rocking with it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. As always, y'all already know. Let me know what I can do to just support y'all even more because y'all already know it ain't nothing but a phone call. Ain't nothing but a phone call. And man, I just thank y'all so much. And everybody tune in to this Thursday for this interview because it's amazing. And y'all, like they said, get on iTunes, go ahead and pay for that. Support the artists.
And appreciate you, Jay Renee. I definitely feel the same way. You know, I rock with you, and I know it's just a call. That's why I had to hit you up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the relationship there is been genuine. So let's just keep it going because that's all that matters is the ones that's genuine.
Facts. All right, y'all. Love y'all so much. Bye.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Stay the course.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your girl Jay Renee. You know I've got something to say. Bringing you new episodes and new guests on your Talk With Me podcast exclusively on YouTube. Like, share, and of course subscribe. And follow us on IG too. All right, y'all. Bye.